Alright, hey there, how we doing? Veve Anti-Coma community, this is OhmDawg coming at you with another Veve price action update. Today we're going to jump into the drop that we have coming in here soon. It's the Amazing Spider-Man number 14, and then later on we're going to jump into the marketplace as well as the app update. So without further ado, I'm going to throw up the disclaimer and we'll see you on the other side. This is not financial advice. This video is for educational purposes only. Trading with money involves a risk. I'm not responsible for any decisions you make based off this information. Alright, so going ahead and jumping into the Veve Medium article, as we can see, we have our common right here, our uncommon edition, our rare, our ultra rare, and our secret rare editions. And this is actually very interesting because this is not only just a key issue, but the edition sizes that they've decided to release for them, being the biggest edition release we've had for a comic book, and also just the fact that they did it for such a key issue, in my opinion. For instance, we have 49,000 commons, so that's basically the whole, that's like one whole House of X edition size, basically. 11,000 uncommons, 5,600 rares, 2,450 ultra rares, and 1,400 secret rares, being the biggest edition size secret rare that we have seen yet. So this is very interesting. And as well, I do want to throw up the Go Collect page for this exact issue as well. We could see, I guess they don't have any 10.0 CGCs rated, but the 9.6 is apparently going for 47,000. Just want to mention, if there's a lot of these editions, we could very well see these, these commons dumped, or with everything. Both of these are probably going to get dumped, most likely. So be there at the floor waiting, because a lot of people, I think, are going to want to cash out because they didn't get the secret rare, or you know how it goes. It kind of repeats itself, especially with such a high edition. That's a lot of that's a lot of commons. So we'll see that for sure. And it's also going to be interesting to see how many people are actually going to participate in this comic drop tomorrow. Are we going to see above 70,000 people participating in one comic drop, or are we going to see a little bit less, to where people could potentially get two without even getting a rebound yet? So maybe, for instance, if 60,000 people were going for the drop, and 10,000 people happen to X out when the app takes the gems, and go back in and click buy now again. So that'll be interesting as well. I'm going to be trying that tomorrow as well. But that's pretty much all I wanted to mention. This is just obviously a highly regarded comic book, and I think it should be. This is I guess the FA of the cinema FA, because the first Spider-Man movie was the Amazing Spider-Man, and that's where the first villain we saw was the Green Goblin. Without further ado, we're going to jump over to the app update real quick and kind of see what changes they have made. So the Veve Store comic integration. So this is interesting. If you haven't seen this yet, I just want to throw out, and if you don't see an app update either, this happened to me. I was wondering why. I saw on Twitter everybody was posting the app update, and I was like, where? I still had the old update, and I checked the Google Play Store and I didn't have an update. So I was just like, so it sat through the day. So I had the classic screen for a little longer, but I went and deleted the Veve app real quick and went and reinstalled it, and I had the update in. So if that's the case, go ahead and do that if you haven't already, so you can be updated for tomorrow or later on the comic drop. But anyway, the Veve Store comic integration, using the comics button in the store header. So basically we have now a comic edition thing right here instead of a drop down for digital comics and digital collectibles. And we can filter comics now as well. And now we have a drop page for the comics, so people kind of are reminded of it. So, and then obviously we have the comic listings, and we now have rarity colors as well. So this is very cool. Commons being green, uncommons purple, rares blue, ultra rares I guess the gold, and secret rares like a I guess a dark red or just red. But yeah, here we go. Long lists. So as we'll see in the market when we jump in a second, we now see a lot more information based off of you know, what is in the market currently. We can see everybody's names. You know, this will be very I'm sure whales won't like this because anybody, you know, suppressing price, you know, their names will be displayed. So that'll be very interesting to see as well, how people will be listing with, you know, instead of, you know, stacking a floor maybe to buy lower. You know, that'll be very evident of who is specifically doing that. So that is basically all for the, I guess, top end updates, what we will see on top end, but it is running pretty cleaner. So that is very, or one thing very interesting as well, is how clean it's running, and it does actually, the app actually does kind of look a little better, I guess, in terms of my screen resolution. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the Veve app real quick and kind of recap some prices from the Dcon, and we'll close it out after that. And just to let y'all know, this is a screen mirroring app. I'm not using any emulator or anything. This is just specifically a screen mirroring app. But anyway, I'm going to jump over to the store real quick and go to our collectibles. And actually, an easier way to access this, if you don't know, you go to the brands and then find the specific brands you're looking for. In this case, Dcon. And one thing I do want to point out real quick, oh, never mind, they fixed it. The Cat Trooper used to not be in here, and I was wondering why. But just looking at a few of the drops that we had this weekend, obviously our single piece sets are on the rise. The Neapolitan thing making its way, and I think a lot of people are starting to buy the apes now in relevance with the other NFTs that have the monk or the apes on them. So that's pretty cool. I think I wanted the silver one. I didn't end up buying it though. I had other plans, but that's okay. But there's still a lot of good stuff here. Skateboards. Any of these low editions, honestly, probably will be holds and smart holds within the future. I mean, just imagine what these will do with all these low editions within a year from now if you just kind of let it sit in the back of your vault until then. So that's very interesting. And then also checking in on the golden moments, we do want to see kind of how those are moving as well, because these are actually, you know, these are obviously really important and price shows. And wow, the Mickey Sorcerer hat just hovering right under 2K as expected, and Walt, or the partner statue, making its way almost to 7K. R2D2 holding strong just under 2K as well. Wally, I think, is going to have a come up as well because he is the kind of cheapest one out there at the moment. But as of now, I think we might see a potential, as all the collectibles are obviously kind of pushing up in price right now. It's going to be interesting to see how this is going to react tomorrow with price in terms of the comics, because we could very well see people underlist the secret rares, so keep an eye out for that as well. Just looking in the comic market as well, we've already seen the increase as well. As the whole event is over, we're obviously going to see that volume shift in the comics. Now that's being the new hype, that's the next drop, so people are buying up the comics. So it's kind of, you know, very expected. You can kind of judge these things. We have a huge collectible drop over the weekend. You can expect comics to be down, and those are also very great buying opportunities. I always tend to pick up some within those times, but at the moment, you know, I'm more, I don't, you know, buy any comics in order to sell them. One thing I personally do is I buy a comic and I do not sell it. It just sits in the back of the vault, forgotten about, and they're actually pretty easy to forget about if you think about it. But that is pretty much it for today. I just wanted to jump into here, kind of check up on some of the single piece sets over in Dcon, and also look at the golden statues to see how that is rolling as well. But as of now, that Green Goblin tomorrow. So without further ado, this is OhmDawg coming at you with another Veve price action update, and I appreciate you all stopping by today, and I'll catch you all in tomorrow's Omi price action update on the flip-flop. So appreciate you all stopping by. OhmDawg out. Peace.